Are traders targeting Euro US dollar this week? As you may know by now, I use currency strength analysis to identify key markets to watch. Currently, the euro is a weakening currency and the US dollar is in our reversal zone, meaning that the US dollar could begin to strengthen this week. Eurozone inflation eased to 2.4% in November, down from 2.9% in October, sparking fresh interest in ECB rate cuts for next year. Let's go take a look at Euro US dollar and the key levels to look out for.
So here we are on Euro US dollar. I'm going to break down the chart from a monthly down to potentially 4 hour even H1 time frame. Now, it's important when you're doing your analysis to always take a top-down analysis approach. You want to understand where the market could be from a higher time frame point of view first before considering anything else. Now, one level we really looked at in previous Euro US dollar analysis, which can be seen on our live streams, was this area in here around about the 1.0997. The reason why we focused in on this level was the fact that it was this kind of previous area where the market on a monthly perspective closed, opened and stayed below. We also identified some volume analysis. Now on the daily chart, what we did, if you've seen our previous analysis before, is we looked at a swing high down to this swing low. We applied a volume profile chart and that showed us a level around about that area there where it was high volume, basically coming from this consolidation zone back through July of this year. Price came up into that level and we've seen a very sharp rejection away from it. That's telling me that sellers have got involved here on that level of key resistance. So we're asking ourselves the question, where's Euro US dollar going to go next? We know that the euro has been weakening on the strength meter and on the US dollar is in that key reversal zone, as you've seen already. Now on this daily chart, if I just zoom in a little bit, you can see that price has come into a previous swing low, and it's this swing low down through here. That level is around about this 1.08369. Okay, so that zone there has acted as support for price in the past. We've seen price rally away from that point. So initially, if sellers are involved in the market now, this would be a good place to start taking some profits, okay? It'd be a good place to start maybe thinking about repositioning for this potential next phase. Now, one or two things are going to happen in and around this area. We're either going to see price rally up from that point, or we're going to see price breach it and continue to the downside. Now, obviously from a strength and weakness point of view, we'll be looking more to the idea that price may want to break lower, okay? Now, if it does break lower, where could price target? Where could we see price go towards? Well, we have this zone down through here, which was a former high. That comes in around about this zone, which is around about 1.0738. We also have the lows of that zone as well, because obviously buyers will probably be looking to target that sort of liquidity point, which would be below these key swing lows down through here. Okay, again, where does that come in at? That comes in around about 1.0662. So from a daily perspective at the moment, the idea is that we're either going to find a bit of support in here, or we're going to breach, and if it does breach, we've got this low volume pocket here where the market hasn't really been interacting with, which could see price kind of break in, retest, head towards the next level where the volumes are, which are down towards these key two zones in here. If we want to take this a little bit further, we can start identifying levels on lower time frames. So if we go to the 4 hour time frame, what I really like to do is just highlight areas of highs and lows. The reason why I like to do that the most is because obviously what we have here are strong sellers or aggressive buyers getting in at this point, right? And then the sellers have overturned that, okay? And the sellers have pushed price to the downside here. Again, if we're looking at this kind of candle wick that's formed on this H4 time frame just here, that's telling us that price came into this level and we saw aggressive buying, right? But what's happening at the moment is, are these buyers coming back? And at the moment it's looking like they're not really getting aggressive again here. Obviously it's still early days, they may still push price higher, but what it's telling me just from visually at the moment is that there's not really aggressive buying coming in here. So I want to find an area of potential resistance that I'm looking at. Now, like I said, I like highs and lows. Now I'm going to identify this area through here. This area is around about that 1.0908. Okay, now the reason why I like that, like I said, there's obviously been a turning point here where buyers tried to get back into the market, they failed, sellers took price. Okay, so I want to be looking to see that if price comes back up into that zone there, does it reject, and do we get to see another downward move? So at this point, I'd be on my lower time frames looking at price, how it reacts. Do we get those things like the double top pattern, the head and shoulders pattern, anything around there? Obviously, you can take that further. You can go and look at volume analysis on futures charts and things like that. But as we are looking at it from an MT5 point of view, we don't have that available to us. But price, if it does reach this level here, could react, trade to the downside. But like I said, alternatively, if strength and weakness does start to play out here, then we should see price breach this area of support and try and head for the next level of support, which is down towards that 1.0740. So hopefully that all made sense. If it did, please subscribe to this YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content, and I'll see you in the next video.